the pre-Columbian artifacts, or what you call the Amerindians, Arawaks, Colonials, where you will have stone, scrapers, chisels, and grinders. So in this first showcase, you will see scrapers and chisels, axe, and they are found in different parts of Tobago, like Canaan, Mount Irving, Lovers Retreat, Charlottesville, and Bonaccord, Speyside. In our standing showcases, we have different adornments here on display. So these adornments consist of 3 different categories, where we have the zoomorphic, and the zoomorphic is a combination of animal faces. And here we have the biomorphic, and the biomorphic is a combination of both animals and human faces. Then we have the anthropomorphic, which is human faces. So in each piece, you could turn the artifact and get different faces. Here in our second standing showcase is broken utensils that we found at different places here in Tobago. And we have Lovers Retreat, we have Friendship, we have Golden Grove, and we have part of here Mount Irving, where you will find the majority of these pieces. Some of them, as you could see, one here in particular is a bowl that was buried with an Amerindian skeleton that was unearthed in 1998. This bowl had contained food for the dead. The Amerindians believe that when they bury the dead, that they will give them their favorite food in their favorite bowl. So when they get up to walk into the afterlife, they have food to eat, so they could walk into the afterlife. Here we have the Amerindian in that supine position that they were buried in. It's only after the European came that we were buried in that lying down position. But the first people believed in burying the dead in that stooping position, which makes it easier for them to rise up and just walk into the afterlife. Here on the wall we have a death mask of Mr. Patrick Castani. He was the man who composed our national anthem. The mask is called a death mask based on the process it went through. It was done on his face while he was alive, and as the mask comes off, they call it a death mask because there is no longer a living organism connected to the mask. The Guinea tamarind is a tree and a fruit that is found here in Tobago. It is said to believe that we have approximately 9 trees here in Tobago. It is a fruit with a sweet sour seed in it. She becomes more beautiful. Captured in our Tobago Heritage logo, created by the late Mr. Edward Hernandez, is that of our Amerindians and African descendants. Here on display we have the matapi and the mannery. These are tools that were used by the Amerindians in the process of a traditional processing of their cassava. The matapi is where they will take the cassava and put it inside of it. And when they put the cassava inside of it, here on display you will see how fat the matapi gets. And then they will hang it from here on a tree, and she will sit with a stick between there, and she will pump it, squeezing the liquid out of the cassava. After much of the liquid is pumped out, what she will do now is take the cassava out of the matapi and spread it in the mannery for drying. After it's dried, they will use the cassava for different food making. They will make like dumplings, they will make like pone, farine, and so forth. They will also boil the cassava juice itself. And the cassava juice, it will be used like starch or starching clothes. They will make like pepper pot, a sauce that is boiled down and eaten with their dumpling and so forth. Our traditional coquille broom is made from coconut palm branches. It is used indoor as well as outdoor to sweep the corners of our homes. This is a picture that captures the battle between the Dutch and the French at the Scarborough Harbour. Depicted in the picture is a battle that took place, and at the harbour you will still find artifacts and sunken ships. This chalice, which served as an award, was given to General Cornelius Guyler, a British soldier who was stationed here in Tobago around 1793. The chalice reads, "He who guards does not sleep." The Brown Bess musket used by the British Army around 1798. The operation of this gun will entail this device that measured the amount of gunpowder used, followed by the musket shot. On display we have our kerosene table lamp here, and below here we have our face basin and soap dish. In the absence of face basins that we have or sinks that we have in our homes, our grandparents and great-grandmothers use these. This is our laundry gas iron. To get this gas iron in operation, we pour the gasoline inside here. We then light the burner here, and this will determine how high or how low we get the flames going. We then pump the gas iron, and then we go ahead and iron our clothes. As we go down the hallway, what you see on display is a combination of African art and Amerindian artifacts. The Nimbus statue is a fertility god. Traditionally, they will use the statue in a way of putting it on their head like this, with a grass skirt which covers the face of the dancer. They will use it and they will dance through the street in a symbol of bringing forth rain for harvest. The Dogon is a tribe in Africa. This is one of their funeral masks that they use. They believe that when they go to bury the dead, they will put on this mask as a form of scaring the spirit of the dead from following them home. Here we have on display a variety of items from Latvia in celebration of the Courlanders who were here. So we have the Latvian mittens, we have their waistband, we have a little doll on display as well. There is a teapot here, and also what we have is one of their traditional outfits here on display. So this is our Latvian outfit here on display.